power went out at midnight. My mom called 911. 4 minutes later, a police officer was knocking on our door. Her call to 911 never connected. It started as a normal outage. The whole street went dark at once, so we figured a transformer blew. Then my little brother said he saw someone standing in our backyard, just standing there. And the normal night turned into something else. My mom grabbed her phone and dialed 911. It rang once and dropped. No bars. She tried again. Call failed. She kept trying. That's when we saw the headlights. A police cruiser rolled up to the curb, no siren, and a man in a uniform got out and walked straight to our front door. Someone called in a prowler at this address. He said, "I need you to open up so I can clear the house." My mom's whole body relaxed. She reached for the deadbolt. I was still holding her phone. The screen still said call failed. 3 times. Not one of her calls had gone through. I said it out loud. "Mom, your call didn't connect. Nobody knows we're here." She stopped with her hand on the lock. The officer's voice changed. Calmer, friendlier. "Ma'am, it's not safe out there. Let me in and I'll stay with you till the lights come back." He already knew my mom was a man. He already knew there was no man in the house. My dad pulled us back from the door and told the man we'd wait for his partner. The man said he didn't have a partner. Then he said he did. Then he stopped talking and just stood there, the same way my brother said the man in the backyard had been standing. My dad called the real police from the neighbor's landline. The cruiser was gone before they arrived. It wasn't a real cruiser. The plates were from a junkyard. He'd cut the power to 4 houses that month. He never broke it. He waited for scared people to lose their lights, put on a uniform, and let him walk through the front door himself. We just happened to be the family that checked the phone before the lock. In the front door, a man in a wolf mask holding a machete stood there. The mother was immediately shocked. She knew this wasn't a regular trick or treat. She started yelling for her daughter to hide, and the intruder ended her. The daughter hid behind the couch, scared for her life. The intruder started pacing around the house, checking the kitchen, looking under beds, and even the toilet. The intruder was running out of time, so he yelled, "If you say anything, I will come back and I'll kill you." He then sprinted outside of the house. A minute later, the husband arrived home and called the police. When the police arrived, they immediately suspected the husband to be the killer, so they took him to the police station for questioning. However, camera footage of him working in the store cleared him, but it didn't take long for them to figure out who did it. A man named Michael Dennis, who was also...
Mother always checked under her son's bed before he went to sleep. Every night she knelt down, shined a flashlight underneath, and showed him there were no monsters hiding there. One night he refused to get into bed until she checked twice. He was shaking and holding his blanket tightly, so she checked again. Under the bed, nothing. She smiled, tucked him into bed, and left the room. A moment later she heard him crying. She rushed back inside. "Mom," he whispered, pointing toward the bed. She knelt down and looked underneath. Her son was curled under the bed, shaking, staring straight at her. "Mom," he whispered,
"There's something pretending to be me."
a little boy's parents died in a fatal car accident, leaving him in the care of his older brother. They had no money, so his brother dropped out of school to work and provide for it. But even then, they could barely pay the bills. Then, after about 6 months, something suddenly changed. His brother started bringing him expensive gifts every day. A new phone, a new PC, everything he had ever wanted. But with each passing day, his brother looked more and more exhausted, as if he had aged 10 years in a month. One night, the little boy noticed a massive scar across his older brother's stomach. He wanted to ask about it, but his brother quickly covered it up. One day, his brother handed him an envelope and said, "This is the whole truth. Open it when I'm gone." But his little brother never imagined that day would come just 2 weeks later. In the letter, his brother revealed that he had donated his kidney and part of his lung just to give him a better life. He also left behind a credit card with whatever money remained.